so bear witness. You spit cold, I spit flu, don't compare sickness. You floss diamond, I floss fringe, don't compare dentist. You PK, we men the war, shit, we ain't Christian. Harm one of us, get pistol whipped like the gun got a belt with it. I'm bred different, the competition just a mill. I'm fed different, I stood front line on them fields, I bled different. I'd rather be a corpse than a coward, I'm led different. Shit, I'm led different, come through like a juggernaut, so don't get in the way. And we take everything serious, we don't play. I wonder now what they gon' say. Shit, we make profits out of shooters like the NBA. You get slayed for switching sides, nigga, we ain't on the same page. Immaculate conception, these niggas bitch made. I'm sticking with the foundation where my bricks laid. You switch sides, I'd rather switch K's. You was never with us, nigga, just know we won't miss you, nigga. Right hand hold the scriptures, nigga, left hip hold the pistol, nigga. How you want it? You can get it spiritual or physics, nigga. Wrong ones to come against, so bring an army with you. No affiliation, when you see us, make the difference with us. No affiliation, when you see us, know we different, nigga. No affiliation, so no, you can't kick it with us. The wrong ones to come against, bring an army with you.
That's what you should be doing. You doing birthday.
That just happened.
Nothing I can say.
It's nothing I can say to make you believe. Yeah. Man, ain't nothing I can say. It's nothing I can say to make you believe. To make you believe. What if I told you that I was the son of God? Would that be easy to believe, or would you make it hard? And I finally learned the difference between wise and smart. When I say we bless people, they say times is hard. And all I can tell them is they ain't never lied. Reincarnated, I'm back like I ain't never died. Man, I won't say it if it can't be verified. Niggas say they soldiers with war stars, they terrified. I'm about to let it ride, bringing back the pride of black skin, cause they ain't got a clue what's happening. And we still being punished from back then. How we gon' make a change when we too busy adapting? Buckle your seatbelts, make sure you strapped in. They showed us the trap, so now my people trapped in. Cause everything we wanted to be, they said we couldn't be it. I told them we was chosen people, they just couldn't see it. Yeah.
Alright, you up.
Shalom, BMORE. Shalom, Israel. We got Isupk, 1 West 125th Street, and Commander General Yohana. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Claiming to know the truth. It's the only home of the truth. The only place you're going to get the truth. Man. A lot of things going on in the world right now, man. I want to break down something that is hitting home, hitting real close home, you know what I mean? Especially if you know little ones, you definitely want to get your kids right. You definitely want to keep following Esau and everything that you've been brought up to believe that it's something special or beautiful. You understand? Like, we got too much going on, and this is one of those things that we need to teach our children from birth. You know what I mean? Like, teach them, because they need to know. You know what I mean? Because one of the things that we do is, as Israelites, we try to do it up real big when our kids turn 1. You know what I mean? We do it up so big. I don't remember my first birthday. You know what I'm saying? My first birthday fun at all. You know what I'm saying? But like my son's first birthday, before I came to the truth, you know what I mean? His first birthday. You know what I mean? We did it up real big. And like it's real simple. Because you know what I mean? It was for naught. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the reason for it? You know what I'm saying? So I want to break down the origins of these birthdays, man. Like, I know there's something right now that might get you know what I mean, a lot of women viewers, they might be like, you know, man, I knew I should have never been following them people, but I ain't got time for that. I can't be birthday. You know what I mean? That's gonna cut out a whole lot of that. But you know what I mean, you gotta know the truth. You understand? Like, you know what I mean, when you're a child, you think as a child, you know what I mean? Paraphrase, you know what I mean, when you get older, you know what I mean, you think as an adult. That's what we need to do. You understand? So you gotta understand the evil in which it is that you're doing. You understand? The sin that you're committing. You understand? Like, we got brothers out here, the police ain't stopping for nothing. You understand? You know what I mean? And like, along with the evil that comes along with us celebrating our birthdays, like, we get killed the most on birthdays. You go to a birthday party, that might be your last party. You understand? Everybody get riled up, somebody gonna die. Somebody, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We already getting killed, even when it's not a birthday. It's somebody's birthday every day. But you, yeah, man, you ain't at the party, but when you go to the party, you put your life in danger. When you're not at the party, you put your life in danger. You know what I'm saying? And one of the biggest reasons is these women, our women, definitely put us in danger, harm's way. You know what I'm saying? But I got a couple articles I want to go over, give y'all breakdowns, what's going on. You understand? And you know what I mean? We're gonna take it from there. You know what I mean? Hopefully, everybody stay tuned, everybody watch, and you know what I mean, get your notepads out and actually just write down and understand what it is that we're doing that's wrong. You understand? Hopefully I get it to you. Any questions, please type them in. You understand? So you can get that understanding. So you won't be in the dark about none of these precepts. You know, we're gonna bring out. You understand? And definitely understand that you gotta be able to have ears to hear this. You understand? Don't be ready to tune out. Be like, nah, man. Or why he only take that part? You understand? That why he only use that a little bit? You understand? That's the way the scriptures tell you to get understanding, man. You understand? This ain't the dude with the suit on that's gonna be telling you, you know what I mean, happy birthday, you know what I mean? The congregation gonna have a cake for you and all that garbage, man. Right. But they're gonna tell you the truth. And it's gonna hurt, it's gonna sting, you understand? But you know what I mean, you gotta know the truth. You understand? And you're gonna get it at the home of the truth. The Isupk, we're gonna definitely give you the truth, whether you like it or not. You understand? We're gonna put it in your face, whether you like it or not. You understand? Right. If I could, we can get to this first precept we're gonna get into is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1, if I could. You understand? Like, we need to know that it's like we a target. You understand? We a target, man. What happened to Jacob with his brother named Jacob Blake? Jacob Blake, man, was like, that was horrible, man. In front of his babies. He had 3 kids in the car, man, and he blasted his brother. Like, if you, I know they probably gonna have a video up for so long, man. You hear the gunshots. You understand? You hear the gunshot, like yo let off on him, man. You let off on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure if the brother, if he's still alive, if he's still fighting for his life.
He paralyzed when he reached that.
Yeah, man. Good night, man. The bro was paralyzed from the waist down, man. Come on, man. That's crazy. And they didn't find no gun. You know what I'm saying? Did they ever find a weapon? Period.
They tried to say they had it. He was going to reach for a knife that was on his car seat. They always say that.
Man, that's crazy. You saw John, he brought out earlier. The manager in Johanna, he brought out. And it said, man, the white boy, the Edomite, walking down the street with the gun. People yelling out, he just shot somebody. Him right there. He just shot somebody in the stomach. Like, everybody screaming out, you know what I mean, that this dude just shot somebody. They just riding right past him. With a big, he had like an AK or something, right?
Yeah, AR-15.
He had an AR. Man, come on, man. They ain't worried about this dude getting a knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, he nice with the, you know what I mean? Like, they don't even know if he nice with the knife. If he gonna grab the knife and toss it, and you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Shot his brother in the back. Oh, like us. Like, yo, white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Edomites is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Like, this kingdom is disgusting, man. We need to get out of their traditions. And And celebrating your birthday is definitely a tradition of Edomites, man. A tradition of these white men, they know me, of heathens. You can say that, it's heathens. That's a heathen tradition. We are not heathens, man. We are righteous, holy people, man. We gotta start living like that. But you got that from me,
God. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment.
A good name is better than precious ointment, man. Like that's something right there that you gotta understand that, man. A good name is better than precious ointment. Like if you put your name there, and everybody knows, you know what I mean, for whatever reason, they know that you're somebody special. You know what I'm saying? That's better than precious ointment, man. If people know that, you know what I mean, like where you walk is something beautiful, man. When they know that they can count on you, you know, like that's better than precious gold. It's like in the white man's kingdom having good credit. You understand? When you got good credit, you know what I'm saying? You can get whatever. You understand? As long because they know that this dude is like, all right, yeah, let's go and give it to him. Because he got a good track record of, you know what I mean, having good credit. Like that's what having your name is better than precious point. Like you don't even have to really have no dough and have good credit. You understand? As long as you're somebody that they know.
Gene, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
That's great.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? John Stamos to knit you a scarf?
I'll finish, Jane. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I give.
Stitch work is impeccable.
That's just a double fleck pattern with a reverse garter stitch. No big deal.
Is your hair this soft?
Soft.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
A suspect arrested in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Police there confirming that 2 people were killed, another seriously injured in a shooting at the protest last night. Just a warning, the footage you're about to see is just...
It's better than your day of birth. I mean, your day of birth. Yeah, it's better than your day of birth. Like, people out here, we out here can't wait to say, you know what I mean, happy birthday. You know what I mean? Like, you can't wait to congratulate a brother. Go up to someone, oh, happy birthday, man. Yeah, man, my man, it was your birthday, yo. What we gonna do? What we doing today? We turning up? We getting big high. It's your birthday. We gonna, let's go out and let's commit a bunch of sins.
Hey, you want to see the news report on that on that shooter?
Wow.
Before you go too far. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I gotta turn the sound up. All right.
disturbing. It shows a man sitting in the middle of the street waving a gun at people running by. NBC News can't confirm what happened before or after that recording, or if this is in fact the weapon and the gunman responsible for the fatal shooting. Meanwhile, this afternoon, President Trump says he's sending federal law enforcement and the National Guard to Kenosha, Wisconsin to restore law and order. The president tweeted, "We will not stand for looting, arson, violence, and lawlessness on American streets." NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster joins me now from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Shaq, I know it has been a very busy day. Let's start with the suspected shooter. What do you know about that suspected shooter and what happened last night?
Well, we know that the suspected shooter is in custody. It's a 17-year-old from Antioch, Illinois, which is about 30 minutes from where we're standing right now in Kenosha. And they're not giving many details on what happened, what led to the shooting, the details surrounding it, but they're saying that the two people who he shot and killed, or who he's alleged of shooting and killing, are 26 years old and 36 years old. And we know that at least one other person was injured in that shooting last night. Police said last night that the shooting happened around 11:45 p.m. It happened after this park that I'm in right now. This is a place, it's been the flashpoint of protest since Sunday night. And after police cleared out this park and protesters and other people went into the different streets and different areas around here, that is when that shooting happened. There's lots of video out there that people have been piecing together, but they're not giving an official record of exactly what happened. But they are saying that he is in custody at this point. He will be charged, and court records show that he'll likely have a court hearing later this week. I believe it's on Friday. Allison?
All right, Chuck, we also know there was a press conference in Kenosha this afternoon. What did you hear there?
That's right, press conference that just wrapped up. And, you know, we learned a few different things related to the case. One thing in terms of the original shooting of Mr. Jacob Blake, the county or the police chief made very clear he would like to give more information, but it wasn't his department that did the investigating. In Wisconsin, when there's a police shooting, the custody of the crime scene is then shifted over to another department, and we know now that the state is handling the investigation right now. So the police chief said he just doesn't have any details about what the scene looked like and what the causes were. They didn't talk to the police officers because they wanted a separate investigation. But we also heard from the mayor and the county superintendent. Listen to what the mayor said at that press conference.
Violence in the community is not acceptable. Violence to property, violence to people, absolutely unacceptable. And it is up to us to make sure that that does not continue.
When you watch that press conference, they started with the turmoil here in Kenosha. They talked about
it was the crazy part is that happened right after Jacob. And the brother Jacob Blake got killed. Got swole and slapped. Got shot in his back. And they still like, man, it's to watch that, man. They keep saying, you know what I mean, we don't know if that's a gun. And people calling out saying that he was the one that shot him. He was the storm to shoot. And he still, you know what I mean, if that was, you know what I mean, a black man, they'd have been like, you know what I mean, well, he did it. And he got a background of doing this. And you know what I mean, police, you know what I mean, they had, it wouldn't even be no story about him right now. The only story that it would be about him, you know what I mean, what he was. You know what I mean? Yo, he got to walk around. I'm talking when you watch the video, like they was riding around, they was telling him to get out the street. Like they going around them, they just walking up the street. You know what I'm saying? Well,
So like the police they actually threw them bottles of water, him and his militia, threw them bottles of water and told them, "We happy that y'all out here."
Right. Man, that's all we got for y'all. We wish we had more. Maybe like, man, that's all we got. You know what I mean? Sorry guys, we had y'all out here. Like that's what they get. You know what I mean? That's what black people get for fighting and saying, you know what I mean, and feeling hurt because a brother got killed. Brother got shot. You know what I mean? This brother didn't die, but he in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He's paralyzed. Man, that's like disgusting. And I see what's gonna happen with this dude because whatever happens though, we gotta know that we can't. If he be found, you know what I mean, not guilty or whatever, we gotta know that that's just the way it is. You can't even be like, yo, that's crazy, yo. Let's go crazy some more and rip up the city some more. That's all pointless, man. Because like we should already know, we should already understand that there's no way that they ever get found guilty. You know what I mean? That's ever going to be justice. The only justice we're going to get is when, you know what I mean, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's the only justice we're going to get. That's the only justice we're going to get is from the Most High, man. We got to understand that. If we can understand that and get a hold on that, then we'll. That's kind of wild. But you know what I mean? Like we gotta understand that we gotta look to the Bible for our justice, man. We gotta have a shown up understanding on that. The only way we're gonna get that understanding, man, is Isupk, man. You understand? And one of the things we need to do though, if I could, we need to start destroying the, you know what I mean, what America stands for, man. You understand? Like, we gotta know that we gotta destroy them from within. We gotta break down everything that America stands for. We gotta destroy that in our mind. Not physically go out, you know what I mean, and start knocking down statues and nothing like that. We gotta destroy them in our mind. You know what I mean? And it starts with, you know what I mean, teaching your kids not to do unlawful things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, the scriptures say, what's the scripture? We gotta destroy their idols. Matter of fact, Isaiah 30 and 22.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 22. Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a minstrel's cloth. Thou shalt say unto it, Get thee hence.
You see that? That's how, you know what I mean? Most High went in so much about how he wants to destroy. He said, destroy them as a minstrel's cloth. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Man, that's how disgusted by it. You know what I mean? Like that's how bad he wants it. Like he wants you to get that idea in your head. Where if you even think about, I don't want to touch it too. You know what I mean? Like he wants you to you know what I mean? That period. You know what I mean? Think about a tampon. You understand? Like man, he wants it. Like that's how disgusting. You know what I mean? They idols are, man. Like, that's how much we gotta destroy the images of everything that they stand for, man. Everything. Like, we gotta destroy it. We gotta get that out of our head, man. Like, it's still, like, it needs to be a constant battle that you have in your mind. It gotta be a constant battle. You gotta know that, you know what I mean, when you come into the truth, that you're gonna get tested. You gotta know that. But you gotta be under that, you know what I mean? You gotta be strong enough to know, like, all right, I'm a warrior, I'm a soldier, I'm a fighter. It's hard, but I'm gonna do this. You understand? Because I wanted it in. You know what I mean? Because the way I look at, you know what I mean, Jacob Blake, and you know what I mean, every brother that gets shot by the police, is that could be me. You know what I'm saying? That can be you. That can be your father, your brother, your sister. That could be you. That could be any of us at any time. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. That could be anybody. That could be any of our loved ones, man. That can happen, and we just gotta be strong enough to know that we gotta fight, man. Like it's a fight. I know it might seem hard sometimes. You might be like, yo, listen, like them taking some temptation to get at you. Nah, it's the one. We just gotta know, you know what I mean? Let's break up out of this, man. Like it's why I feel like classes like these are important. You understand that? You know what I mean, the break us out of, you know what I mean, the worshiping and the garbage that we've been brought up to understand. You understand? Did we finish Ecclesiastes 71? Did we
Come on.
Alright, let me get the matter of fact, if I could, can we get that first article, sir? What's that? I think it's good that the one that's numbered. We're gonna start from 2. That they're pumping up the origins of the birthdays.
First one is the calendar. Second one is the names. Where did the names of the days of the week come from?
Now I want to get to the birthdays first before we get to the
okay. Birthdays. Okay. Yeah, let me try to get that online.
Like this right here. So I feel heavy because world. I've been trying to get it coming here for long. He came here one time. Brother just said a few times. But it's real. Like right now, he down bad. You know what I'm saying? Like he had his leg broke, and he down. You know what I mean? He kind of dependent on people. And he asked his daughter mother to bring him. They've been together for like over 10 years. But they separated for the time. And he asked her to bring him some spaghetti. So she tell him, all right, I'm gonna make the spaghetti. The day that she supposed to board it, she tell him, I made the spaghetti, but I'm not gonna be able to bring it to you because I'm going out. So he's like, man, you can't bring it to me? She's like, nah, it's whatever season it is, horoscope season it is right now. She said it's whatever that is. It's my season. It's not even her birthday. It's the season. She told him it's the season. And you know what I mean, I'm going out. You know, that's heavy that you can't bring this man something to eat. He can't even walk. You can't bring this man something to eat because it's your horoscope season, man. Like, yo, that's disgusting, man. Women are hard. Women don't even know how hard they are on a brother, man. Like the deny him food because it's your birthday season. Dang, man. That's disgusting, man. You got that, sir?
John. It all started with the Egyptians. Scholars who study the Bible say that the earliest mention of a birthday was around 3000 BCE and was in reference to a pharaoh's birthday. But further studies implies that this was not their birth into the world, but their birth as a god. When Egyptian pharaohs were crowned in ancient Egypt, they were considered to have transformed into gods. This was a moment in their lives that became more important than even their physical birth. Pagans such as the ancient Greeks believed that each person had a spirit that was present on the day of his or her birth. This spirit kept watch and had a mystic relation with the god on whose birthday that particular individual was born.
You understand? So like even in the beginning, the beginning stages, you know what I mean? Like, them Africans, man, you can't, like, when you feel like you need to be an African, man, like, you just, any culture, you just pretty much, you board up on fear. Unless you got the Most High, you fear every goddamn thing, man. Everything. Like, man, you fear a day you was born. They fear the sun, the stars, the grass, everything, man. Like, you know what I mean? And for you to want to take on their culture, like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in the culture. I don't want to have to try to fight my way into a culture of a bunch of, you know what I mean? Just, like, for the most part, just suckers. Like, y'all scared of everything. You understand? Like, why? Why we need to be them? Go ahead, sir.
So, like, it is so heavy because, like, it was a female. She asked me, she was like, she said, when your birthday? And when I told her, she was like, oh, our signs are not compatible. She's like, I can't do you feel me? Yeah. Like, shorty, you don't know me. You see what I'm saying? But she gonna base everything off of when I was born. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like a god in itself.
Count. Man, that's heavy. And I'm glad you said that, because even that, you know what I mean, we get into that. Because even that whole horoscope, you're this type of person because you was born that way, and I mean in that time, it makes you this type of person. Like it's definitely something annoying. Like I definitely got tired of people. When your birthday? What sign you is? Like people will ask you, what's your birthday? But then jump right into it, and I'm thinking like, they just want to know when my birthday. And I tell them, you want that. come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, man, you one of them. My brother was one of you. I can't do that. I can't
right.
The time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go ahead.
Like, you gotta tell them, like, I always come back, I say, my sign is the Lion of Judah. You feel me? Like, I always hit it with that.
Okay. Man, they like, what's that? What money is that?
Right.
Man, that's heavy.
They were associated with Leo. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
You know what? And that's heavy that you said that, because that's where they get it from. They actually, the Greeks actually got that from. They tried to grab some of the 12 tribes symbols to the horoscope, goddess, or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, why? So I'm gonna have to go ahead and take that. Where we at? So we got some more on that.
God. You can thank Greeks for all those birthday candles. Gods and goddesses were a huge part of Greek culture. Greeks offered many tributes and sacrifices to appease these gods. The lunar goddess Artemis was no different. As a tribute to her, the Greeks would offer up moon-shaped cakes adorned with lit candles to create the glowing radiance of the moon and Artemis' perceived beauty. The candles also symbolized the sending of a signal or prayer. Blowing out the candles with a wish is another way of sending that message to the gods.
Man, that's so heavy, because you know how many times I blew out the candle when I was younger, wishing for stuff that never came. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always say, don't tell nobody you wish, it ain't gonna come true. Like, you just like, we definitely got some, you know what I mean? I don't know about every other culture, you know what I mean? All the other tribes, but I know, like, my mother always told me, don't tell nobody, you know, my mother, my grandma, don't tell nobody you get the wish, it ain't gonna come true. You know what I'm saying? Like, we believe everything. Like, we are superstitious people.
Come.
And our mother
Ridiculously so.
Everything, they gonna they have us believing everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important that for us, you know what I mean, to be in the truth, to teach our kids, teach our nephew. Like, I know it might be a bad thing, you know what I mean, to tell you, you know what I mean, your niece, or not a bad thing, but it ain't what can I say? I guess it ain't kosher, you know what I mean? It ain't polite, you know what I mean, go against people's beliefs and all that. And they be like, oh, why would you do that? That was rude, that was wrong. But man, to lie to your kids is wrong. Like, you know what I mean? What I do with my nieces is I say it out loud. I don't say it to them, but I'll be talking to my son and let him know. You know what I mean? Ain't no Easter bunny. Ain't no teeth, no tooth fairy, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta understand, man, that we get thrown into traditions that we have no idea the origin of.
Right.
Even the cake. You know what I mean? Like diving into this whole, you know what I mean, the whole birthday breakdown. I'm like, damn, the cake it symbolizes the moon. Like, that's something. The candles symbolize, you know what I mean? Like, yo, it's everything has, you know what I mean? It means something that we don't know what it means. We just do it. We just jump on it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's what it is. You know what I mean? What does this mean, man? I don't know. Just, you know what I mean? Just eat it. You know what I mean? Like, everything. Like, we don't know, man. Like, you're worshiping. You know what I mean? You worshiping, you scared of, they're showing that you're afraid of the moon, you know what I mean? And gods that don't exist, that don't do nothing. You understand? That's our life, man. But let me get Genesis chapter 40, start at verse 20. We're gonna get into this birthday, you know what I mean? This birthday celebration. Everything, just know that everything has a meaning behind it. Your birthday, the candles, like even the birthday song. It started off the birthday song, the happy birthday song. It started off as a school song, but you know what I mean. Like they just that's the only thing that don't really have like some type of evil beginning. You know what I mean? But it's one of the most famous songs in American history. You know what I mean? Like that's the go-to song. Everybody knows. You know what I mean? But yeah, we can jump on that. You got that from me?
Come. Genesis chapter 40, verse 20. And it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. Verse 21. And he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again, and he gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. Verse 22. But he hanged the chief baker as Joseph had interpreted to them.
He, you know what I mean? The first birthday that, you know what I mean, spoken about in the Bible, you know what I mean? A brother got hung. You know what I mean? Well, not a brother, it's a lie. Somebody got killed. You know what I mean? Just like birthday parties, celebrations that you go to now. Somebody get killed. You understand? Like that's just the way it goes now. You know what I mean? I wanted to bring out some articles and some stories about people being killed. You know what I mean? On birthdays, on their birthday. But it was so many. It was like, man, that'd be the whole class. You know what I mean? Just going through every birthday where somebody was murdered. Like that's just how much, especially us, we get murdered the most during those times. Like we get murdered with every single celebration that we don't have no idea what's the beginning, what's the reason for, none of that. You understand? Like when the scriptures tell you, you know what I mean, that your name is better than precious gold. You know what I mean? Your death date is better than the day you was born. You know what I mean? Like that's heavy right there.
Right.
Like when you think about it, it's like why celebrate you coming out? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Look, people get born every day, big.
Right.
You know what I mean? What you do special. You know what I'm saying? Why we celebrating you? You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Celebrate an achievement. You understand? Like, don't keep your kid. My mother, man, she let me get away with so much on my birthday. Man, my father used to break it. Yoke me up when I do something. No, not on his birthday. No, don't. Just wait. Just wait. Let him have his day. I should have clipped. That's what I'm saying. I clipped my father, boy. After he about to hit me, she said that, boy. He just gave it. Whatever. Okay. All right. Clip him on the way out. Boy, I wish you would. It's my birthday. Special around.
Sacred.
That's how we look at it, man. Like we worship it and honor it to the death. You understand? Like we still, my grandmother died. This is years back, and we were still celebrating her birthday after. Like I think we probably did that for maybe 5 years. 5 after she was already gone. Celebrate her birthday. 5 years after. It just stopped. It really just stopped. Really after I came to the ISUP kid, bro. So like, yeah, man. So we ain't doing it in like 3 years. You know what I mean? And like that's how powerful it was. You know what I mean? I just stopped doing it. I just stopped coming around and for some reason, you know what I mean? Everybody else just stopped. I know they probably mad as hell about it. Like, yeah, they stopped because of me. They stopped because of me. I couldn't never say it, but you know, it goes out of class. You got more on that?
We got verse 23, man.
Come on.
Genesis chapter 40, verse 23. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him.
Let me drop that. Let me get Matthew 14:6. This is pretty much the two birthdays that were celebrated in the scripture. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Christ. It wasn't nobody, no prophet. It was just heathens. You know what I'm saying?
Ready for this one?
Come on.
Matthew chapter 14, verse 6. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod.
So she, during that time, you know what I mean, she was dancing, she was on top, doing what pleased him, man. That's like, you go to the strip club now, you know what I'm saying? You at the strip club, you know what I mean, or you at a party, period, and I mean, chick twerking on you, doing whatever. That's how she pleased him. It felt like he was on. He was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But the brother, he just went off to heaven, you know what I'm saying? Who is that?
The next one in your series of birthdays is about the Romans, with straight to Herod. It's because the Romans were in charge at that time. Let's get this real quick. The ancient Romans were the first to celebrate the birth of the common man. This seems to be the first time in history where a civilian celebrated the birth of non-religious figures. Regular Roman citizens would celebrate the birthdays of their friends and family members. The government, however, created public holidays in honor of more famous citizens. Any Roman turning 50 years old would receive a special cake baked with wheat flour, olive oil, grated cheese, and honey. But an important thing to note is that only men would experience this birthday celebration. Female birthdays were not celebrated until about the 12th century.
It's like, that's just another part of, you know what I mean, just, I guess, white culture, man. I don't even know, I can't say it, but I feel like, you know what I mean, it was just some old homosexual act, something going on where they was like, we ain't gonna do this for the women. Let's do it, you know what I mean? Let's just do it for the fellas. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's wrestle while we doing it, get oiled up and wrestle and say happy birthday to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel like they are. You know what I mean? It wasn't just them being manly and like, you know what I mean? Because I know women just, that's just the way it cultures that, you know what I mean? The women gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? But
they're Romans.
God, that was crazy saying the same thing.
Right. Go ahead.
It's like, I know my red show always tell me, you just not romantic. I said, that's right, I'm a Hebrew.
Oh,
I ain't no homosexual. You feel me?
Right. I feel that. Don't call me romantic. That's a compliment. Hell yeah, that ain't romantic. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's something else that need to be, you know what I mean, destroyed our vocabulary. We just get away from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them, just like that old saying, you know what I mean, when in Rome. You know what I mean? It was the Romans did. You understand? That's that. You know how just full of homosexual acts that Roman is. You know what I'm saying? You want to be Roman, and America is Rome, man. And it's the most homosexual place to be. You know what I'm saying? Other countries, like other heathen countries, man, they kill homosexuals. They still burn them, and, you know what I mean? You better not come out. You know what I mean? Like, that's the real breed. They call homosexuals head breed when they come out. You be, yeah, man, see how brave you are. You be gay over in some other third world country or something. See how brave you are. You gonna come out. You gonna stay in the club. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, we can finish that up.
Matthew chapter 14, verse 6. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Verse 7. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask.
He acted like that's how much he was on. She gave me, he made a promise. He said, look, girl, I'm gonna give you anything.
Good.
That you want. I killed myself for you. I'll do anything you want. You understand? Like, he made this promise to her, man. Like, yo, I'll kill anybody in here that say something crazy. Like, what you want? What you want? You want some new horses or something? Like, what do you need? You want some moon pie, some cakes? You know what I'm saying? You want some candles? Like, what you need, girl? You know what I'm saying? I give you anything you want. Put my life on the line for you. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me here John Baptist's head in a charger.
Man, so the second birthday, they about to hear me. Her mother told her, you know what I mean? He told, so Harold said, I'm gonna give you whatever you want. My mother said, look, if he gonna give you anything you want, tell him I want John Baptist's head. You know what I'm saying? I want his head. That's what I want. If he gonna give you anything, that's what I want him to give you. Like, you know what I mean? So, go ahead.
Verse 9. And the king was sorry.
He was sorry. He didn't want to do it. He was like, dang. Man. She got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because he said it at a party. So that's what people heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gave her an oath. Can't go back on his word. Like, yo, he got to do it now at this point. You won't go back on your word now. Good.
Nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her.
Man, he said he commanded it to be given. That's what you want. He was there, man, and he didn't want to do it, but he did it. But he still did it. Right. You understand? That's the second birthday. 2 birthdays in the scriptures, man. And they only, you know what I'm saying? Both of them, somebody got killed.
Good.
Somebody got hung. Somebody got his head taken off, man. One eyebrow. Like, man, that's like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, it should let you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, birthday is so disgusting, like, it's so against God that, but they get, you know what I mean? Christ never said anything about his birthday. You know what I'm saying? All of the glorious work he did, you know what I mean? Nobody ever ran up to him, you know what I mean? Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Nobody did that. And he did everything. You know what I mean? If anything, he would have had the biggest party. He doing everything for everybody. He was, oh, it's his birthday. Come on, yo. Come on, yo. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna put in. Nobody ain't gonna put in. A little cake and some balloons, some strippers. We gonna have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Who? Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't that be mentioned that they gonna do it big for his birthday? Nobody cares, man. You understand? So you know what I mean? Like, this is how it's not, how much it's not cared about or even mentioned. Because keeping a birthday is not nothing that's not about people, man. It's not about people. You understand? Or else it would have been brought up, it would have been mentioned. Everything that our people do is mentioned in this Bible. This is our guide, our life guide. You know what I'm saying? It tells us what to do and what not to do. I wouldn't say celebrate your birthday. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you go to any other Israelite group, they gonna be celebrating some birthdays. The candy canes do. I know that for a fact. Because I was halfway in the candy cane. They didn't let me in the door. Because I watched ISUPK. I know what is up before, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I couldn't get in the door. Oh, you seen some dude with the black? You told the dude with the black? Hey, matter of fact, they asked me what color. They had black on. Nah. Nah, here you won't. Man, I had a dude number, and I asked this dude. I remember asking him, I just kept feeling bad about it. Like, I don't feel like we should be celebrating birthdays. Because I remember reading it and I saw that it was like pagan. So I'm like, I know, you know what I mean? Let me ask him. Man, he gave me the whole, what was that? I think it was Isaac when he got weaned off the milk. It might have been Jacob. I don't remember. But I know, yeah, man, they threw a party after he was weaned off the breast. And he was like, that's what story he gave me. He was like, see, that's sound like a birthday, right? I had my Red and my oldest son on the phone. And they was just so pumped. They like, see, he's like, why you keep asking questions? Like, that's what it is. Like he's saying, yeah, you got like, you know what I mean? He a bishop. Man. He a bishop. He know. Man, yeah. So yeah, everybody else, they doing birthdays. I know Candy Cane is doing birthdays. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting. Go ahead.
It's like, and the crazy part is, that's why a lot of these brothers actually leave the truth. Because they want to do certain things that they know they're not allowed to, you know. You leave the truth to celebrate your birthday.
Right.
You know, and a lot of times that be the only reason.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know what I mean. And I got firsthand understanding of why, you know what I mean, a number of reasons why brothers actually leave the truth, like why they left ISUPK in the first place. Because like a lot of them want to be teachers. Like the brother that actually introduced me to the truth. You know what I mean? He wasn't, I don't know what his rank was at the time when he introduced me to it, but I know that brother loved to teach. Like I used to drive him around with different people. Everybody that I knew. I take him around with different homeboys, cousins, whoever, and like it was just tell him what you told me. Just tell him everything. And he was there, man. He loved it. He got, you know what I mean? He used to love it. He actually got put out with the candy canes for dealing with another brother's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know he ain't had no discipline, but he was against me when I told him, like, yo, I should PK. He's like, oh, you with them? He's like, dang, bro, you know what I mean? That ain't the way, bro. He was against it. Heavy. Like, yo, your leader just got locked up. But, you know what I mean? You gonna tell me it ain't the way, yo? But yeah, I mean, like, it's just, but I know him, I know he supposed to start a YouTube channel or something, or like some phone service or something. But he want to teach. And he'll pretend like he's the most righteous brother in the world, man. And that's, you know what I mean, that's where I see where it's at. You know what I mean? Before I came out of PK, they used to say, I used to hear, you know what I mean, Captain Zoya, I say the reason my brothers leave, you know what I mean, the egos and all that stuff. And I used to be like, well, all right, you know what I mean, I hear it, but I had no proof of it. But I see it now. Brothers, you know what I mean, leave the truth because of the egos and they want to be better. They don't want to be under nobody. They want to teach what they want to teach because it sounds good to them. They want white girls, they want Africans, they want whatever. They want to fulfill their lust. That's just what it is, man. But man, it's a lot. Let me get let's jump in matter of fact, you got the other we done with that? With the birthday joint, right?
There's some more.
We can knock that out real quick. And then get into that other scriptures. And the other
Good. Birthdays were first considered to be a pagan ritual in Christian culture. In Christianity, it is believed that all people are born with original sin. That, in combination with early birthdays being tied to pagan gods, led Christians to consider birthdays to be celebrations of evil. This lasted for the first few hundred years of the existence of the Christian church. It wasn't until the 4th century that Christians abandoned that way of thinking and began celebrating the birth of Jesus. Also known as Christmas. Celebrating the birth of Jesus was partly enacted to recruit those who already celebrated Saturnalia, the Roman holiday.
That's it. We got 7. That's just the birthday cake. It's only 8 bullet points, right?
Okay.
If it is, we ain't gotta get into that birthday cake. We already kind of knocked that out. And then, what's number 8?
Number 8 is the Industrial Revolution made a way for everyone to enjoy sugary cakes.
Say that for that's enough class we break down some homosexuals. Let me get to the other one if I could. So let me get Jeremiah chapter 10 verse. We start at verse 1.
10 and 1.
Come.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
We hear this man, black woman, you know what I'm saying? Isupk, you know what I mean? Everybody, like, listen to this, man. This is for you, you understand? Like, this is for us to listen to. This say, O house of Israel. This is all 12 tribes, man. Listen, this is for, you know what I mean, you to understand. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Don't learn the ways of these heathens, man. Don't learn, you know what I mean, the celebrate, you know what I mean, and have cakes and candles that protect you from gods and stuff that don't exist. Like, you know what I mean? That's not for us. Don't follow their ways, man. Following their ways is what have us going into sin. You understand? Christ said, you know what I mean, I sent y'all over there with them as a punishment. But don't become them. You understand? Like, we're supposed to be holy. We're supposed to be holy people. We can't be here furthering our punishment. You understand? Like, you know what I mean? You get punished in school. I mean, for acting up in school. You know what I mean? You don't go back to school with the same dudes and keep on acting, you know what I mean? Keep acting up and trying to get all that, asking your mother or your father, you know what I mean? Can I get all punishment this weekend for whatever reason? Like, no, you still a clown. You still acting up. You understand? Why would I let you off punishment?
Still a clown.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you still acting crazy, man. So, like, why? Like, we can't keep living like these heathens, man. Doing what they do. Living the life that they live. Because it looks fun to us. You understand? Like, it looks fun. Like, grow up, man. Like, you still want to have birthday celebrations. We still need to feel worship in some type of way. We still need everybody to be like, it's all about you. Like, come on, man. Like, you still need all of that glory. What? Like who are you? What did you do for the world? You understand? Like, what did you really do for people? You understand? Besides, you know what I mean, turn up and act crazy, and, you know what I mean, make people belittle people so you can look better. You understand? Like, nah, man, that's not our ways, man. Go ahead, sir.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. And that's where the whole horoscope comes from, man. They're dismayed at the signs of heaven. You understand? Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Man, that's what they do. Go ahead.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
Man, they vain, man. You lighting candles on a cake. Lighting candles on a cake. So, you know what I mean? Blowing it out. Making wishes, man. Telling your kids, make a wish now, babe. Make a wish. You know what I mean? And don't tell nobody your wish. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever god of cakes is going to make sure your wish is granted. But if you tell somebody, they not going to do it. Like, come on, man. That's what we teaching our kids, man. Fairy tales. We lie to our kids and then tell them don't lie. You understand? We the first people to lie to them. You know what I mean? We tell them all types of garbage, Christmas stories, Santa Claus. Like, but then we tell them not to be liars, man. And the heathens, man. They ways are vain, man. They vain. Like it's garbage, you understand? We can drop that. Let me get that next joint, sir. Okay, what's the next one? What's that? The days of the month, right? Let's do the months first. The order of the month. How the months got their name.
The ancient Roman calendar.
Come on. I forgot the title of it.
Come. Let me try to get this on online for you. Come. Ancient Roman calendar. Today we follow the Gregorian calendar, but it's based on the ancient Roman calendar believed to be invented by Romulus, the first king of Rome, around 753 BC. The Roman calendar, a complicated lunar calendar, had 12 months, but only 10 of the months had names. Basically, winter was a dead month when the government and military wasn't active, so they only had names for the time period we think of as March through December. March was named for Mars, the god of war, because this was the month when active military campaigns resumed. May and June were also named for goddesses Mia and Juno. April meant to open in Latin, representing the opening buds of springtime. The rest of the months were simply numbered. Their original names in Latin mean the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month. Eventually, July and February were added to the end of the year, so all 12 months had names.
So the months were pretty much named after gods. You know what I mean? These Roman gods, Greek gods, whatever. Just, you know what I mean? A bunch of mythology they were named after. So you repping your month hard and proud. You know what I mean? Like you ain't doing nothing but just bigging up some god. You know what I mean? That's what they were named after. That's the name that you keep alive. You keep alive that name and putting it up, making sure that it stands alive forever. But you know what I mean? Like that's the culture. Once again, it's not ours, man. Like we don't need to be worshiping any gods but the Most High. You understand? These gods aren't real anyway. Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and 7.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 7. Pride is hateful before God and man.
You know what I'm saying? Your pride is hateful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, God hates your pride. You understand? And one of the biggest times that people have pride, they pride get in the way, is their birthday. You expect things to happen on your birthday. You understand? You will stop dealing with your friends, your family. You know what I'm saying? If what you need is not, if your needs aren't met for your birthday, especially women. You understand? Like y'all know. Like y'all go hard. You know what I mean? On a brother if he don't. It was a story about a sister a few years ago. This sister stabbed her man, her kid's father. She stabbed him because he didn't. He bought gifts for his nieces, I think maybe a nephew, and didn't get her gift. Her birthday was coming up. It wasn't here yet. It was coming up. But he went to the mall and got some gifts. Man, and Shorty, she left him she left him. When he came out with I guess the gifts or whatever, and he ain't had nothing for her, she left him. So him, I think his cousin and the little boy, the kids, had to catch the bus home or something, and they got there, he was knocking on the door, she wouldn't let him in. And when he got in, she had a knife, stabbed him in the side. He come out the house, falling down, and she just screaming over top of him, like, that's what you get for messing with her. I know the article said messing with me, but I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean, black woman, she probably acting with me. And yeah, and the brother died. She killed this dude for not giving her a gift on her birthday. You know what I'm saying? How many relationships is destroyed because you ain't get the right gift, or you ain't get a gift, or you forgot to say happy birthday? Because, you know what I mean, your life, you know what I mean, Esau got you working, you know what I mean, you tied up with life, and you forget, man, today is your birthday, I forgot. Man, it's crazy, man. Go ahead.
It's like, and that's heavy, because, like, truly, especially dealing with women, it don't even really be like, you know, you see a bride, you feel me, and she it's her birthday or something. She on social media and she's taking notes on who's saying happy birthday and who ain't. Because next week some people getting cut off. You know? Like she's not enjoying herself. She's policing the social media right now.
Man, that's heavy, man. Like, yeah, that's definitely heavy. Like, you know what I mean? And like, it's like, just like you said, like it's not even a time to have fun for them. They just okay. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's like you ever see them say, I prayed to God, you know, to show me my enemies, and I started losing friends.
God. God, yeah, that's that no more right there. God. Man, I started losing enemies. Man, that's heavy, man. That's you right on point with that one. But yeah, like, you know what I mean, like, that's when, like, people get the most prideful, man. Because, like, you know what I mean, if you're not doing right for them, brothers get, you know what I mean, feminine, and they get the, you know what I mean, ain't call me and say happy birthday. Dang, I was just with him. They don't even think, like, take into effect that you was with them. I was just with him this weekend. We partying, having fun like crazy. And when he said happy birthday, you know, he forgot that this was your birthday. But now he ain't your man.
Right.
Man, I don't deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how crazy it gets us, man. You understand? Like that, like we gotta get up out of it, man. Like, that's not our culture, man. Okay, let me get me get 2 Timothy. Chapter 3. You start at verse 1. Verse 1. We start at verse
2
2.
Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Their own self, man. You understand? You lovers, you need everything that you expect to get. You understand? It's your birthday. You understand? Like that's it makes you wicked, man. You understand? And the Most High, you don't approve of it. Go ahead.
Covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
You understand? Man, like, you'll walk out, you know what I mean? Walk out. Like, you know what I mean? Like my son has been upset, been mad, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to check him hard, you know what I'm saying? Because he's mad because I couldn't afford, it was like a game or something, I couldn't afford it. Yo got mad because it was his birthday. Man, yo, disobedient, man. Yeah, man, come here. I'm telling him to come here. He ain't listening. He's just upset. This is his birthday. And he ain't get what he wanted.
Bruh.
Man, yo, come on, man. Like that's what a birthday do to you, man. Disobedient to parents, man. You know what I'm saying? Like unthankful. Unholy. You know, unholy, man. You just like the heathens that started it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like you made that the culture. You gotta celebrate a birthday. You understand? You gotta celebrate a birthday. Like you know what I mean? Like that's what we became. Just like them, man.
That's
Unholy.
right. That's right.
Unholy, man. Let me get numbers 23 and 3. 23 and 23 is a lot. You can't claim to be holy, man, if we just like everybody else. You understand? You gotta know what holy is. Holy is being separate. You can't be separate if you're doing everything that the people you were sent here to be punished. You've been sent here to be punished under these people. And you became just like them. We just like them, man. We just like them. The way it's going, like it's like we take on their culture and we live it. We gotta stop. Go ahead.
Numbers chapter 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob.
There's no enchantment, man. Like you don't have to blow out the candle. You don't have to have a cake. You don't have to, you know what I mean, be crowded. You know what I mean? One of the reasons for a birthday, this is something that another article brought out, was saying that people thought that it meant that demons would come around you during your birthday. So you have to have a gathering of people come together so that things wouldn't happen. They had the whole reason for the blowers, making noise, the noise makers and all that was so, you know what I mean, you can be spared, so you can scare away demons and all that garbage. But the Most High is telling us right here, need that from the top.
Numbers chapter 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob.
Surely, man, there's no enchantment against us, man. There's nothing, like there's no way that, you know what I mean, somebody, like there's going to be some kind of wicked, false God that's going to be, you know what I mean, coming to kill us because it's our birthday. Like, it's just like, that's just how vain and silly that the nations are, man. We got, like, we'll have more protection keeping these commandments. Like, that's what we need to do. Like, we need to be afraid of the Most High. Like, everybody's trying to take our precious fear. Everybody, like, everything wants our fear. But our fear should be for the Most High. It's, you know what I mean? He needs that. He needs us to be, like, we need to be afraid of the Most High. Like, I fear the Most High. Because, and that helps me not to go off of these commandments. Not to go off and do the other crazy things. Like, I fear that. You understand? I think about the men before me that done that done things, and that helps me to stay right. You understand? Thinking about like listening to those stories, that keeps me right. You understand? Let me get, if I could, let's get to Luke chapter 3, verse 23. Like this whole, just that keeping track of, you know what I mean? And like it's just like keeping track of what day you were born, trying to make sure that, you know what I mean, you got accuracy on your age and all that. Like it's been times when I forgot my age. You know what I mean? It's plenty of time. You know what I mean? People think I'm lying. I would say I'm 37. I'm already like, you know, 37. You 38. I'm 38. Oh yeah, I'm 38 now. You 39. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just something that skipped you know what I mean? It just slipped my mind. Like, it's just something we got better things to think about, man. We got brothers getting shot in the back in front of their kids. Right. You understand? I'm not worried about keeping track of my birthday. You understand? For what? The day that I was born, I'm here. You understand? I'm trying to make a mark in my, you know what I mean, and our people's lives. You understand? I'm trying to bring, you know what I mean, doing my job to make sure that I'm bringing people back to the Most High. Bringing my family back. You understand? Let me get that.
Luke chapter 3, verse 23. And Yahushua himself began to be about 30 years of age.
Man, Yahushua began to be about. You understand? About. That's just, I mean, like, that's just to let us know. Like, we didn't care to, like, nobody cared enough to be like, exactly how old. Like, the scriptures say that about 30 years old. You understand? This is Christ, you know what I mean? It's speaking of Christ. He's about 30 years old. You know what I mean? So it's just like, this is one of those things that lets you know, like, you don't, it's not important for you to make sure that you're accurate with the date. That ain't important. You understand? Like, what you're doing is important. You understand? Your life is important while you're living here right now. That's what, you know what I mean? Because when you die, that's when it matters. You understand? Like, not when the day you were born. What the hell did you do since the day you were born? What have you done for anybody since the day you were born? Not the people that, you know what I mean, close to you. Because everybody do that. Oh, what have you done? You understand? But for your nation, man. Let me get numbers. Chapter 8, verse 20. To like we just didn't like, we didn't care, we didn't keep track of, you know what I mean, just no birthdays, no days, none of that stuff, you understand? Who is that? Yeah, that.
Numbers chapter 8, verse 20. And Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel did to the Levites according unto all that the Lord commanded Moses concerning the Levites. So did the children of Israel unto them. Numbers chapter 8, verse 24. This is it that belongeth unto the Levites, from 20 and 5 years old and upward, shall go into wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
That's right is letting us know, man, that we knew how old we were, but it wasn't something that was pushed the way that you had to, like, there were reasons for knowing your age, because brothers had work to do. There was a certain age that you had to be to, you know what I mean, to perform these services. But it wasn't where you had to know how, everybody had to know how old you were. There was, you know what I mean, there was specific reasons why brothers had to know how old they were. You understand? I just wanted to bring that out for that. But, we get Leviticus 19 and 26.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 26. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times.
This right here is something like we should not observe times. This is letting us know that we should not observe times. You know what I'm saying? This is a law. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know when we got the law, you know we don't eat blood, we don't eat anything with blood, don't use enchantment, nor observe times, man. Like this right here is letting us know. Like, don't be a dude that can't wait for your birthday to come around, or we wait for your red birthday to come around, or your kid's birthday. You can't, you know what I mean? You want to get everything together. You can't wait for Friday night, you know what I mean, to celebrate that birthday or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it say we shouldn't observe times, man. Like, this is something that, you know what I mean, this is a law. It's coming from Leviticus, man. Chapter full of love. It's like, there's no, like, we can't do this, ain't for us. We can't do this, you understand? Let me get in. And it's one of the things that is definitely, like I said, I know for people coming out of the world where you come into, you know what I mean, when you come into the understanding, you know that you've been taught every heathen Eastern, every heathen tradition possible. You know what I'm saying? We got our hands in it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know you're gonna have to fight and get up out of that. Because that's gonna destroy you. You know what I mean? Like keeping these heathen traditions gets us killed in the street, you know what I mean? Get a shot in the back, get a knee on our neck. You understand? Like it kills us, you understand? We gotta understand that we gotta fight hard. If I could, let me get Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. Like, you're gonna have to keep, we just gotta keep fighting, man.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare yourself for temptation, man. You gonna wanna jump out there. You know what I mean? You gonna wanna go to somebody's birthday party. You gonna wanna do it up big for them. You gonna wanna buy them drinks, give them a happy birthday shout out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like you gonna want to do these things, man. You gonna want to be a part of what everybody else is a part of. You gonna want to follow that multitude to do evil. You understand what Scripture tell you? Don't do that. Being is against that. But it's a hard thing to do, man. Like it's definitely it's a challenge. But that's why you gotta be a soldier, man. You know what I mean? Like the sisters, you gotta be lioness. You understand? You gotta be strong. You understand? Like you can't be weak in this. I know a lot, you know what I mean? Brothers go weak for their women. You understand? Like, and that's something that's gonna destroy you. Being weak for your woman. Same thing happened with Adam. You know what I'm saying? Being weak for his woman. His woman wanted power, and she offered it to him. You know what I'm saying? She told him, to, you know what I mean? She went against the Most High. She had him go against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And we've been trying to get back into the garden ever since then. We've been fighting to get back in. You understand? Because of our women. We go weak and we allow them to lead. You know what I mean? We supposed to be the leaders. You know what I mean? We supposed to be the fighters. That's that we get destroyed by not being the fighters that we should be. We should be making sure that our women are good. You understand? Drop that. Go ahead, sir.
Thanks a lot. And it's important to know too. A lot of times we do certain things, man, because we're so oppressed. You know, we're so oppressed and we're so beaten down. So when a birthday come around, a person feel like it's their natural right for the first time probably all year to eat something good or you know, sit down and break bread with your brethren, you feel me? But the thing is, what we don't know is the Lord has given us high holy days that we can do that all the time with each other, you know?
That's definitely heavy. Because the thing is, we need to treat these high holy days the way that the world treats every tradition that they celebrate. You know what I mean? Because you might have a brother in the world that say, you know what I mean, oh, you ain't gonna come to my birthday party? Like, dang, yo, because you dealing with that now, you know what I mean? Brothers love to say, because of your religion, you know what I'm saying? Dang, you can't come around no more. You know what I mean? But we guys, you know what I mean, start hitting them like, once you come to a high holiday, we got. You know what I'm saying? Come to the Passover. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Come up, ride to New York with me. Meet some of these brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta start treating it, we gotta start doing it big, how they do it big. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Christmas come around, you know what I mean? The white man shut down the damn world for Christmas, Thanksgiving. You understand? We need to start doing that for these high holy days. We gotta start riding for these high holy days, man. Like, check this out, man. I'll think about coming to your birthday party if you come to Passover. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let them come, and hopefully the Most High, you know what I mean, want them there. You know what I mean? They might get something from it. They might say, dang, all these black people together, ain't nobody fighting. Ain't nobody bring no guns or nothing. Man, that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? They might fall in love with it. It ain't too many times that can happen. You know what I mean? Like, let's be soldiers and fight against this. You understand? If I could, so let me get Deuteronomy 28:1. Like, I know people feel like, you know, we don't have, like, they feel like that maybe they feel like we don't have fun. We don't know how to have fun or whatever. You understand? Like, man, it's glorious being around these brothers and sisters, man. Like, these brothers, like, you know what I mean, to be around brothers, like, it always feel like a big cookout, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It just feel like you ain't see cousins that you ain't seen in a while, because nobody acts like strangers. Everybody gonna talk to you like they already talked to you hundreds of times before. You know what I'm saying? You want something to drink, bro? You know what I mean? What's going on? You want something? Brothers come in with cases of beers and drink, and ain't nobody like, oh, did you put in on that? Ain't none of that, man. It's all love, man. And if you run out of drink, you just ride back to the bar and get more. You know what I mean? We showing love in here, man. The sisters get together, they talking. They, you know what I mean, exchanging numbers and, you know what I mean, showing love to each other. Like, it's a beautiful thing, man. being in the truth is a beautiful thing. Barbara Carr said all the time, yo, I love this truth. I swear, yo. Man, like we just gotta be able to show that love to each other, man, and just introduce people into it. These high holy days, man, we make sure that we tell people all the time, every single time, like, we got a high holy day coming up. Come up to the school. You know what I mean? Get a drink. Get some food. You know what I'm saying? Get some chicken. You know what I mean? You know we black. Get some fried chicken. You know what I mean? We got the food. You know what I mean, man? The dishes that the sisters cook up be crazy, man. You would think that we just boosting it because they sisters in the truth. Man, if you come up here and get a plate one day, come up early, but I still hot.
Good.
You know what I mean? You're gonna love it, man. Because you got that
stuff. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
This shall come to pass. This is the Most High telling us, you know what I mean? What will come to pass? Whenever he say it shall come to pass, it's going to happen. You understand? But there's a flip side of that. You understand? It shall come to pass. Go ahead.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Man, if you listen, man, if you pay attention and you do what the hell it's told you to do, you understand? Go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
Man, he said, you know what I mean? If we do all his commandments, you understand? Go ahead.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Man, so we wouldn't have to be here falling victim to none of this garbage that they celebrate, falling in love with it, and feeling like we need this to keep going. Like we need to celebrate a birthday. We need to celebrate Christmas, Easter. We need to make sure our kids believe it's a tooth fairy. When they leave their tooth, put it under the pillow. Like all that garbage, man, we don't need none of that. Easter, none of that. We would be on top of everybody, celebrating these high holy days. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have to be so hard walking around the streets. You understand? We wouldn't have to be walking around pretending, you know what I mean, that you're harder than you are. You understand? You wouldn't have to be looking at your brother, you know what I mean, with an evil eye. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have to walk through the streets, you know what I mean, watching your back. We wouldn't have to do none of that. We would be set above all, man. Damn, a birthday, man. Like every day is us on top of everybody, and them looking at us like, yo, how is they so put together? You understand? Like, and we still down here living like garbage, man.
Damn.
They, you know what I mean? I ain't got no homos. You know what I mean? Why they men ain't sleeping with each other? Why they women ain't sleeping with each other? How they, you know what I mean? How they got their women under control?
Good night.
How they kids ain't running and shooting, you know what I mean?
Stop.
Like, that's how we should be.
Yes, sir.
Like, that's the thing.
Yes,
We're going to
sir.
have to be victims of the white man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to be victims of, you know what I mean? We wouldn't have to worry about interest rates. You understand? We wouldn't have to worry about making sure your credit score is right, paying your card note, making sure all these things are taken care of. We wouldn't have to worry about none of that, man. If we be on top. That's why we tell, like, we get punished as a nation. We need everybody to come back. We need everybody to get their minds right, man. So we don't have to keep living the way we living, man. So we wouldn't have to keep dying by the hands of these wicked beasts. You understand? Like, you got it. Like, how the hell can you raise your kids comfortably in America, man? You can't. Because they're going to get murdered by either another oppressed brother or the white man. The police that's, you know what I mean? And then when you do get murdered by the police and we say Black Lives Matter, they're going to say all lives matter. And they're going to say, well, why y'all getting mad and it's Black Lives Matter now because the police killing your people, but y'all kill each other all the time. Man, if a brother kills another brother, he's going to get time. He's going to be on the run. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to feel that pressure on him. If a police officer kill your brother, what they gonna get? Some time off of work, transfer to another, you know what I mean? Like, what punishment do they got? They don't have to watch their back from the law. You understand? Like, it's not the same. They supposed to be here protecting us. So we don't supposed to say nothing when they kill our people. You understand? What is that?
I got a precept for what you're saying too. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter. Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Not guilty. Go ahead.
No, that's what I want to bring out. You know, they do, just like you were saying, they don't hold themselves guilty. You feel me? They do it and they'll find every excuse to make it seem like what they did was a righteous act.
Come on. That's the American way right there. You know what I'm saying? The American way is to make sure that everybody knows that in the past, this brother did something. In the past, he was a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the American way. When nobody thinks about America was born and created off of every crime that they tell us, that's everything that's a crime now, that's how America got established. Everything that they say don't do. Murder, you know what I'm saying? Rape, stealing, abductions, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that they say don't do, America was built off of that. You understand? Nobody brings up America record when something happens, when a brother get killed. But that brother, let him, and the crazy thing is, let a brother get killed and they'll bring up his criminal record. But no, that's the reason why he got killed. He did that. He did that before. He did that like 10 years ago. He did that. You understand? Why wouldn't he be murdered? You know what I'm saying? That's their excuse. Their excuse is, well, he's a bad guy anyway. You know what I mean? It's heavy, man. Like, this is not our home. This is not our rest. You're not supposed to be here, man. Like, we not supposed to be here. You understand? Like, we get murdered at an alarming rate, man. And yet we still out here doing everything that the heathen say. We don't do no research, man, to find out that we still out here living the heathen way. We trying to find that American dream. We still going to sleep at night, trying to get that American dream. We still, you know what I mean, we'll destroy our own brothers, that, you know what I mean, to get a come up. To make sure, you know what I mean, like, why this brother gotta die? Why his family gotta be destroyed so you can get a come up? You understand? Because we trying to live like a white man. You know what I'm saying? What's that, and we not our oppressors. You understand? People don't even realize that that's the reason why you trying to get so big. We wearing all these, you know what I mean, all this Italian garment and everything, you know what I mean? Just trying to live like the oppressor. That's what we want. You understand?
Wearing all that gay apparel, you feel?
Gay apparel, my man. Come on. That gay apparel, man. That's what we doing, man. But yeah, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer 1000 Matugaba.
Security announcements. We had an Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They have to be saluted only. They have to shade themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10 in Hebrew, and is pronounced Mayashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the memorial of the Lord and the trumpets coming up September the 17th. You understand? And we still on the lookout for the Passover. You know, stay in tune with your captains in your city. You understand? Check on the social media sites and stuff like that for the follow-ups. Remind Akim and Akwakim to check on social media such as Isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and materials. If a brother wants to be a troop in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarves. And with that, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak,
Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahuwah, Saw, which means turn. Sisters, please stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Adam Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Yahuwah, class dismissed.
The world got that pick up the bed, and that's a from